Hey, what's up guys? Jake here with Success Motors. Got a really cool walk around video for you all today. As you just saw there in the intro, we have a really epic Ford Excursion. So we're back to our roots today. No Mustang today, no Dodge Durango Hellcat today. We're back to our roots with a Ford Excursion. But welcome to the channel. I appreciate you all. If it's your first time with us, welcome. My name is Jake. I'm the owner-operator of Success Motors down in College Station, Texas. We primarily sell niche style of vehicles. We sell a lot of Ford Excursions, a lot of diesel trucks. Well, actually not a lot of diesel trucks, a lot of Ford Excursions, diesel Ford Excursions, as well as some other niche style of cars. We've got a 900 horsepower Ford Mustang. You might have seen that YouTube video as well. But anyway, like and subscribe. It's a blessing to us. But the reason we do this style of video, which is going to be a walk around, not necessarily a review, but more of like a condition walk around, because we sell the majority of our vehicles out of state. In fact, probably 8 out of every 10 of our excursions go out of state, and those people don't actually come to College Station. So I started doing these videos to try to highlight all the imperfections. That way, if you buy it sight unseen, you don't actually physically come here, there's not going to be any surprises when you get it to you. Now, that being said, I always recommend come to College Station, look at it, drive it, put your hands on it, because while I'm going to be as in-depth as possible, inevitably I'm going to miss something that you would find. So if you're a perfectionist, ask for more pictures, ask for more videos, or come down to College Station, put your hands on it, and you can do it that way as well. But anyway, let me get to it, guys. I'll get out of the way and show you the star of the video. Guys, this is it's one of the cooler Ford Excursions that we have had in a little while. In fact, I don't recall, it's been maybe 4 or 5 months since we've had one that I would consider as epic as this one. Now, my intent is also to teach a little bit on these videos. I'm always surprised whenever I get a call from somebody that say, Jake, I've been watching you for months. I've learned a lot about excursions from you. So I'm gonna try to continue to teach what I have learned about excursions, so that if you're just watching this because you wanna know more about excursions, not necessarily because you wanna buy it, then that's what I'm gonna try to instill some information or some education. But anyway, this one, the reason it's neat is because it's highly sought after, being that it's a 2005. So 2005 is the last year that they made the Ford Excursion, which they actually made some updates to the front as well as to the interior, and there might be some mechanical updates as well. I don't know if that's the case, but there are some cosmetic updates that make it distinct from the other year models, and in my opinion, and a lot of others' opinions, just very desirable. So again, it's the last year they made it. It's also in their Pueblo Gold color, which is a very sought after color and kind of hard to find. It's a beautiful color. It ages well. It hides a lot of swirls and oxidation, and it just is a really beautiful rig. Now, this one is a 2005 limited ultimate. It is Pueblo Gold. It is the 6-liter Powerstroke diesel. It is 4-wheel drive. It has 202,000 miles. It has a clean title. It has 0 rust. It is bulletproof with ARP head studs. Has a plethora of other upgrades that I'll tell you about here in a minute. And also kind of interesting, this one is celebrity owned. So if you guys have seen the movie Legally Blonde, now I can't necessarily prove this, it was just told to me. The movie Legally Blonde, Reese Witherspoon's, I guess, husband or boyfriend in the movie, the first one, his name is Warren. I believe he's a lawyer. Apparently this was Warren's Excursion. So, kind of cool. Anyway, beautiful Excursion, no accident history, no rust, and the paint is a good solid 9. From a condition perspective, the condition of the whole vehicle is a good solid 9. This is the original condition, the original paint. It's the original interior as well. I'm shooting on a 4K with 4K GoPro, so it's showing you a good amount of flaws, or the flaws that are there, it's gonna show you. Got a few rock chips on the nose, very minor. And then it does have a little bit of oxidation on the hood where the clear coat, actually this isn't oxidation, this is where the clear coat has been cooked a little bit. So it's clear coat's been baked off right there. That's the only place on the hood. There's nothing on the fenders, but it's just got a little bit of that right there that you can see. Now the truck's so tall, you can't see that when you back up. You got to get up close to it, but I just want you to know that it's there. We do have the tow mirrors. Those probably came from the factory. just like that. I'm not aware of any, well, I'll just show you the whole thing, but I'm not aware of any big dents or dings. I don't see any rock chips or door dings or scratches here. We're on the passenger side. Little rock chip right there. Again, beautiful rig. One of my favorite, this one is one of my favorite that we've had, but just the 2005 Pueblo Gold lifted, bulletproofed, one of my favorite type of excursions. If you've been watching the channel, you know I am actually a real big fan of the 6.0 over the 7.3. The 7.3 gets a lot of the notoriety, and I probably get more people looking for 7.3s than I do 6.0s. But you got a 6-liter, comes with a better transmission, at least an extra gear. And then once you get it bulletproofed, it ought to have, you know, a lot of longevity, and it's going to have more performance, got more horsepower, more torque. And to me, it's just a better driving experience. Now, we do have these fuel wheels. They're size 18, and we've got a Nitto Terra Grappler size 35, 12.5 R18 wrapped around it. You can see tires look good. I don't see any dry rot. They have excellent tread depth. And yeah, I think your tires and wheel setup there are going to be good to go for a long time. You can see this is straight piped, so it does have, I believe, a 4-inch turbo back. So it is straight piped. Again, it is bulletproofed, so it does have the ARP head studs as well as some other goodies in the hood or underneath the hood. I'll show you here in a minute. Coming around back, I'm going to show you underneath at a different angle. It is running the Fox 2.0 shocks all around, as well as the Firestone Ride Right airbags in the rear. You can see somebody did an upgraded differential cover there as well, so I would assume it's had some differential work. And you can also see it's very black under there. There's no rust anywhere on this truck. Here's for your airbags, I guess, to fill them up. So it does have airbags, does have a backup camera, and then pulling on back. Again, this is the original paint. You can tell this truck was garage kept, doesn't have any oxidation or clear coat issues on this piece. This little piece is a little tattletale. Usually it's very dry and rotted right there if it spent a lot of time outside. So it doesn't appear to be that it was, you know, sitting outside for a crazy amount of time. It seems like it was garage kept. It does have the backup sensors, of course, because it's a limited. And then there you go, there's a limited badge. All right, coming around driver's side, few interesting little scratches. These are surface level. This truck hasn't had a paint correction. It looks like a lot of those are in the clear coat. Some of them might be down into metal, so just be aware. Not sure what happened here. There's a few little scratches there on the glass. It's like something rubbed right here. Try to show you there. So it stops, you know, about here and stops about here. So it's just this section, but I want you to be aware of it. Little rock chip right there, and another little rock chip right there. But again, overall, very clean. Of course, guys, with these videos, remember, this is not a 2024. This is a 2005. This is, what, 19 years old? So, and it still has 200,000 miles on it, which is, you know, low for an Excursion and low for the year. But, you know, it's still been driven around, so they're not going to be perfect. They're still going to have some flaws and imperfections. Looks like a little bit of a scratch right there. But one thing we haven't seen this entire video is a dent. I have seen 0 door dings, and I have seen 0 dents to show you. Stay tuned. We will go inside. I'll get up underneath it. We'll start it, all those things, so that you can see everything. Again, very, very, very nice Ford Excursion. Tires are the same. It looks like the same age all around. Again, Fox 2.0. You can see, again, just a great coloration in there. No rust. Doesn't look like this has ever been refinished. It's just the color of it. And then you can see beautiful front. Bumper is beautiful. Grille is awesome. Just a really nice rig. You can see, again, condition of the hood overall is very nice. Just has a little bit of the paint, you know, oxidizing or baking over there on that passenger side. Oh, over here on the front fender, we do have some surface rust, I guess, from a scratch. That should probably be patched. If it were my Excursion, I'd probably do some touch-up paint there, but just want you to be aware of that. Coming up under here, not sure what that is. It's got some type of, Oh, I guess it's just for the fog lights. I don't know, but it's got something wired right there on both sides. I guess it's for the fog lights. We do have a dual steering stabilizer. Again, the Fox shocks. And then again, you can see everything down here looks pretty good. Actually looks really good. All right, let's show you up underneath. All right, so zero rust. This is a rust-free truck, rust-free Excursion. Looks great up underneath here. Rockers look good, frame looks good. Truck in general looks good. Everything looks pretty dry. In fact, I don't see any oil dripping. There was no oil beneath it. It could have some moisture. It'd be hard to imagine it not. But where it was sitting on my shop, I didn't see any oil on the ground, so it doesn't seem to be dripping. Again, rust-free. Rockers are great. Door is great. I'll show you both the front and back door here, and then we'll kind of peek inside. Doors, so no rust. This is a rust-free Excursion. All right, let me show you. So again, it's a 2005. So in 2005, this is black versus like the kind of brownish slate color. Again, I believe this to be the original seat. I did not reupholster it. It is power, and it does work. They've got, a few like little cracks from age and stuff. Overall, pretty soft. No major wear, and again, I didn't replace these seats, so I believe them to be the original seats. Does have the floor mats, carpets are clean, and then also in 2005, they did the black steering wheel and the black dash bezel there, and you can see this one does have the Edge Performance, or Edge, whatever the brand is, CTS Edge, so that you can see the temperatures and all those things. I'll show you that when I turn it on later. It does have a trailer brake controller. Does have an aftermarket Sony touchscreen stereo, and then somebody really professionally installed what appears to be 4 USBs. I like how they did that, very professional looking. Also, you can see headliner is clean, and none of those are broken. Looks good. All right, coming to the back. Sorry for my backpack. Back row is the bench, as you can see. Again, seats are original, maybe a little bit of like cracking and stuff from age, but honestly very soft, no major rips or tears, and pretty good clean condition. Now we are missing the headrests for some reason on this second row. Not sure where they ended up, but we are missing them. Door panel is good. You can see window tinting is good as well. And we do of course have the floor mats back here as well. Now, TV, no cracks in the screen. Buttons look like they're in great condition, like it wasn't used much. I will say, I do not ever test the TV, so I don't know if it works or if it doesn't. It very well could. It probably does, judging by the condition of this Excursion. But that's not something that I test because the screen is smaller than your phone. I don't think people even use them anyway, but just so you know, it's not something that I check. Third row seats in good condition as well. All right, coming around to the back. If you have any questions, call me 979-202-1948. All right, the spare tire, not sure why it's not mounted. I think it's because we're missing a piece to full-fledged mount it. Anyway, you got a spare. It's a brand new spare tire. Looks like a BF Goodrich KO2, brand new, never seen the ground. So that's epic. So the spare is here. Got a WeatherTech floor mat underneath. Carpet looks good. You can see no big scratches there. All the plastic appears to be in good condition, and both barn doors opened. All right, coming around inside, passenger side, again the same. Really good condition Excursion. Good condition. Headliner's clean. Just a sharp truck. Exterior wise, man, we haven't seen any major flaws besides a little bit of the paint issue on the hood on that passenger side. But overall, no dents or dings or major scratches. Passenger seat is in equally as good or better condition as the driver's seat. Power seats work. Obviously, carpets are clean. And we do have the original owner's manual and the coveted original door code. Everything looks sharp. Oh, let me show you on the passenger side too. No rust. Let me show you on the back door also. Rust-free truck. All right. Beautiful Excursion. Let me pop the hood. I'll show you underneath. We'll start it up so you can hear it idle. I'll do a blow-by test. Then we'll drive it. And then we'll end the YouTube video. But hopefully you guys have liked this Excursion as much as I do. All right, let me open this up. All right, check out the engine bay here. So clearly, to me, clearly this has been a well cared for Excursion. All right, this is a little bit of an assumption, but I would assume that Warren, whatever his real name is, you know, was doing well financially and probably took care of his Excursion. A little bit of an assumption there, but that's what it looks like under here. I don't have a receipt to show this, but to me that alternator looks new. We can see that it does have the coolant bypass, which is good. It does have what appears to be, if you look at that Fickum right there, that looks clean, and to me it looks newer. You can also see, hopefully you can see down there, the ARP head studs are down there. So that's epic. It has this aftermarket intake. What's the brand? SB filters, aftermarket intake filter, dual batteries. This battery looks newer. You can look, the coolant looks to me like, well, again, you can see no leaks or anything that have happened here. Obviously we've detailed it, but it's clean. The coolant looks brand new. I didn't do that. It came to me like that. And just everything looks clean. The brake booster here looks brand new. I don't see any leaking, just looks new. I even see what looks like braided lines. Are those potentially steel braided brake lines? So admittedly, there's some things done to this Excursion that I don't know because I didn't do them, but it appears to have been done and done well. We do have 2 keys and with a Prestige aftermarket alarm system. Let me fire it up. It's not a cold start as I drove it over here. Right, fired up. We got 202,367.2 miles. We got no check engine lights. We got no lights of any kind. We got an AC that blows cold. We got a stereo that works. And it sounds pretty good. Here are the, look at this. We've got our temperature gauge here. So again, I drove it over here. So we have a ECT of 180 with an EOT of 181. So our engine coolant temp and engine oil temp are within a degree. And they were a max of like 5 degrees apart a minute ago when I was driving it over here. You can see the battery voltage was actually like 12 when we first started it. I think I saw a terminal loose, so that's interesting. But you can see now we're up to 13.5, which would indicate the alternator is doing well. You can see the other things as well there also. This is working, of course. It's not blinking in person. The video just makes it look like that. And of course, rear AC, hopefully you can hear that. It's blowing and blowing cold. Your locks work. And all of your windows work. All right, let's get out so you can hear it. That terminal was a little bit loose. I just pushed it down. No blow by. Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. Runs good. All the numbers on the display are good. bulletproofed. So again, let's do a little rundown. I like to do that just to make sure I didn't miss anything while I'm thinking about it. ECT is 188, EOT is 184. Looks good. All right, so 2005 Ford Excursion, limited ultimate 4-wheel drive, 6-liter Powerstroke diesel, been bulletproofed, ARP head studs. Looks to be very well cared for, no accident history, 0 rust, 6-inch lift with Fox 2.0 shocks all around. Does have the airbags, got the aftermarket stereo. It has the S&B or SB cold air intake. Man, it's a real straight shooter. 202,367.2 miles. All right. This feels good, by the way, very firm. Goes into gear. Let's take it for a quick test drive. By the way, we have had it state inspected, so you know the lights work, and the windshield wipers work, and the horn works, and the brakes work. And the Fox shocks do quite well. It runs pretty good over bumps and whatnot, bumpy roads. Also, the windshield is not cracked, no cracks in the windshield. I don't see any stars in the windshield either, so that's good as well. Got a nice turbo whistle. I don't know if the camera picks that up or not. Now I might have to wait for a minute here. This is a relatively busy road intersection. Super busy, actually. Look at all those cars. Usually I do these videos in the morning. This happens to be about 4 o'clock on a Friday. So we'll see how this goes. If it ends up taking too long, I'll fast forward this part of the video, or I'll cut it out altogether. Texas A&M is not too far down the road, so these guys are getting out of work and getting out of school. Hopefully we'll get an opening here in a minute. Check it out, 188 and 187. So again, the temperature differential is very low, and you can see our battery voltage there, 13.5. Again, I can't say for certain whether the FICM is new or the alternator's new, but they sure look new. They don't look OEM. They look like they have been replaced at some point. Man, these buses are making it hard to get out of here. Well, getting an extended little time here. What else to tell you, guys? This is a great Excursion, but if you're in the market for an Excursion in general, I'm a big fan of the 6.0. I'll be honest, it's you know, if you're out there in Excursion land and you've been looking around, you've probably seen some forums that say don't get a 6.0, get a 7.3. And I tell you what, if I'm daily driving an Excursion, I'm daily driving a 6.0 and not a 7.3. These are much more entertaining to drive. They're much peppier and more lively. Here comes our opening. They give you a 5th gear. And then specifically the 2005 is my favorite body style. And again, there's about, I don't know, 8 to 12 differences aesthetically between the 05 and the other years that I prefer. Transmission shifts very smooth, very smooth. I don't know if the transmission is original or not. I don't have that piece of history, but every one of those shifts was very subtle. There we're into 5th gear now, going about 48, 45 miles an hour, running what, 1,200 RPMs. Guys, every one of those shifts was smooth. Steering is tight, or as tight as you would expect, but you can see I don't have a lot of free play in the steering wheel. As tight as you would expect for a 6-inch lifted Excursion on 35s. No weird feedback in the brake pedal. Good acceleration, sounds good. All of your gauges look good. Another little acceleration, super smooth. I'm gonna let the video go for another 30 seconds or so. But again, if you have any questions, let me know. I have a feeling this one's gonna sell fast. When I posted it as incoming on our Instagram channel, I immediately had 3 or 4 people message me asking about it. So there's potentially a line forming already. And if that's the case, I expect this to go pretty quickly. But But again, you can see ECT is 188, EOT 191. So everything is holding. So there you go, guys. Beautiful Excursion. Message me quickly if you want to buy this thing. I kind of expect today's Friday. I'll probably list it on Saturday. I've expected to be sold by Monday. Honestly, that's my expectation. If not Monday, at least by the end of the week. But if you have any other questions, let me know. Stay tuned. We've got several more Excursions, like 3 or 4, that I'm going to be listing here in the next week, 2 or 3 weeks. We've got some that needed a little bit of effort, a little bit of work from a maintenance perspective. So it just takes a little bit of time to get them listed. But anyway, got several Excursions listed already, and then a few going to be listed here in the next few weeks or so. So anyway, hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. God bless you, and we'll talk to you soon.